Hi, my name's Sophie Godson and I work at Aspiration Training. I'm here today to explain off-the-job hours. So you're doing a government-funded course. That means you are entitled to 20% off the job. So if you work full-time, that equates to 6-7 hours. If you're part-time, that'll be a little bit less. Now, the off-the-job training is anything that you are learning that is new, anything that is adding to your training. Off the job does not mean sit in a surgery on your own and do your coursework. Off the job is training set by your employer to help enhance your skills, and it has to be relevant to what you're learning at the moment in the course. So, for example, if you're doing the health and safety unit, your employer might choose to set you a fire safety course to do online. You would then log that on your off-the-job training hours. Your off-the-job training includes shadowing anybody in surgery, attending group sessions, attending sessions with me, CPD hours, so any online training, staff training, tests online, so Learning for Life modules on the Learning Hub, updating your PDP, completing your coursework. However, once you've attended group sessions with your coach, you've done your online training, then you're not left with much. So you do have to do your coursework in your own time. It is really important that you understand that. And then log anything that you've learned. I'm going to share my screen now and I'm going to show you exactly what to include in your off-the-job hours and how to log it on Smart Assessor. Just bear with me. Okay, so the first thing that we'll talk about is what to include in your off-the-job. So when you get ready for endpoint assessment, so when you're ready to sit your exam, we cannot put you through for your exam unless you have logged your off-the-job hours correctly. Now, as you can imagine, if you're doing that every week for 12 months or more, you're going to have a lot of comments and records on there. So we need to make sure that you're doing it right throughout the course. If you don't have detailed comments, when we put you through for your exam, they'll bounce it back and you won't be able to get your certificate. Because this is a government-funded course, we have to show accurately what off-the-job training you've been doing and that you have been doing it, basically. So when you add your off-the-job hours, you need to put what off-the-job training did you receive and how was this provided? What did you learn and what new knowledge, skills or behaviours did you develop? How was this relevant to your apprenticeship? So if your employer is asking you to do training that you don't feel relevant to your training, then to your apprenticeship, then you need to speak to your coach. You will have a formal review every 12 weeks, and in these formal reviews, you will discuss with your coach and your employer what off-the-job training is going to be taking place. Your employer has signed a contract to say they are happy to support you and give you this off-the-job hours. So it's really important that we all understand exactly what this means. Your comments need to be detailed. If they're not valid. We can't count them. When you log your off the job, make sure that it is falling under the Dental Nurse Apprenticeship V4. A couple of people have selected the EPA tab by accident. This does not count towards your off the job. If you're doing maths and English, that doesn't count towards your off the job. It all has to be dental related. And this is your dashboard, and you'll see on here, it says how many off the jobs you should be recorded up to this part in your course, and how many you've logged. So this learner has logged 233, but she should have logged 245. So she's behind on by 12 hours on logging her off the job. So she needs to add some hours, because it's showing that she's behind and she's not been doing off the job training that week. It's a really, really important part of the course. So it's really important that me, you, and your employer work together to make sure that you are really utilising that time to enhance your skills and learn something new. This might be that your employer has realised that we need to provide more training within the decon room. So they might put you in the decon room to shadow another nurse and set some online training. This might be your 6 hours of the week. So you need to be completing your coursework at home. I hope that makes sense. If you have got any other questions, please reach out to me or ask your coach to explain this in full. But this is a very important rule of the course. If you're not logging your off-the-job hours, or if you're not putting any detailed comments, then it's not valid and we can't put you through for your exam. And it needs to be realistic as well. You can't put on that you've been learning to mix alginate for 12 hours. It needs to be realistic. I would recommend having a log of everything that you've learned that day, and then on the Friday at the end of the week, logging it all on your off the job. Thanks very much. Thank you for listening.